What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB Recap. Today is Halloween, and we have a lot to talk about. Game number 3 of the World Series. We're going to go ahead and break that down. Mookie Betts, he is defending Trevor Bauer, so a lot of people are hating on Mookie Betts right now, but a lot of people are saying, good job, Mookie, way to have your former teammates back. And then Aaron Judge, he thought he was going to get traded yesterday, so we're going to talk about all of that right now. By the way, guys, make sure you're using code Fuzzy on SeatGeek as well as Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is my favorite fantasy app to use, so you get a free $500 deposit match if you use my code. Now, before we talk about Mookie Betts and Trevor Bauer as well as Aaron Judge, let's go ahead and break down game number 3 of the 2023 World Series. We're going to skip to the second inning where Tommy Pham, this guy has been a hit machine for the Diamondbacks. He smoked one the other way, and Christian Walker, he steamrolled through a stop sign kind of because the third base coach, he said, no, stop, and then he said, go, and then he said, stop again. Either way, that was an absolute seed from Adolis Garcia. What a throw. The 95-mile-per-hour laser beam to home plate. Alek Thomas, he then jolted a pitch up the middle. It deflected off of Max Scherzer's scapula directly to Josh Young at the hot corner, and luckily he made the play. Scherzer's postseason might be over. We'll talk about that in a second. Semien, he finally did something productive. I mean, you have to hold this guy accountable. I love Marcus Semien, but he has had an atrocious postseason. He drove in Nathaniel Lowe, and Corey Seager, he did it again. He is the Thanos of baseball. He is inevitable. 5 home runs and an almost 940 OPS spanning over his last 3 World Series. He is one of the most clutch players this game has ever seen. Scherzer, again, he had to leave after 3 shutout frames, only 2 base hits allowed. He looked like prime Max Scherzer. After he got hit a few moments later, his back tightened up, but the Gray Wolf had his back. That's John Gray's nickname, by the way. I did not come up with that, but it's kind of fitting because it's Halloween and it's spooky. But anyways, Gray, he went 3 shutout frames, only 1 base hit allowed. He knew that he was not going to get a lot of starts this postseason, but as a reliever, he has a 1.59 ERA. Speaking of relievers dominating, Josh Sabors, he came in and struck out 2 in the 7th inning. He has a combined 0.93 ERA this postseason, but here comes the dramatics, and of course, it's at the hands of Aroldis Chapman, and it's crazy that he has a combined 2.2 or 2.3 ERA in the postseason, considering he's always in trouble. There's a double to Emmanuel Rivera, there's an RBI single to Geraldo Perdomo. Things were getting spicy and dicey when Corey Seager, he came up clutch again, this time with the leather. There's a sick double play to end the 8th inning. We're gonna get a 99 Corey Seager with diamond defense in MLB The Show. I cannot wait for that. Make sure you guys subscribe to Fuzzy Gaming. Alek Thomas, he showed off the range and the leather in the 9th inning. He has been so good across the board for the Diamondbacks. And then the 9th inning, it got weird. This was a weird game in general because I forgot to mention that Adolis Garcia, he might have injured his oblique. I'm praying that the baseball gods spare him because he has been so exciting. But yeah, there was terrible calls left and right from the home plate umpire, which is crazy timing because a year ago, Pat Hoberg, he called the first ever perfect game by an umpire, which means that he did not miss a single call. But then in the World Series, this guy was as bad as you can possibly get, and that cannot happen. If I make a terrible video, you guys have the dislike button. You guys let me know. If you guys do something bad at work or in school, you're held accountable. It seems like umpires are the only people with a profession in which they're never held accountable, and in fact, they're rewarded with starts in the World Series even though they're not very good at their job. It just doesn't make sense. So the question is, should robot umpires be a thing in 2024 or 2025? Should we give it 1 more year for them to really improve it to the point where it's dependable? Or is it just taking away from the overall theatrics of baseball because we love ejections and stuff like that? I understand why you can't have Pat Hoberg call every single game because you run the risk of him being paid under the table. Like, if he calls every single game, maybe he's going to get biased, but he's the best of the best. Have him call every single game. Stop this carousel of moving umpires so we don't... I get it because gambling and all that different stuff, but dang, that's stupid. All right, game number 4 of the World Series. The preview is opener John Mantiply is going for the Diamondbacks. If you're brand new to baseball, an opener is a relief pitcher that is going to be starting the game. He's probably only going to go 1 or 2 innings. On the other side for the Rangers, the weirdest pitcher in baseball today, Andrew Heaney. He was pretty good for the Angels. He was horrific for the Yankees. He turned into an almost ace for the Dodgers, and then he's been pretty mediocre for the Rangers. So I'm not going to tell you guys who I'm going to be picking today. I have no idea. I don't know who has the advantage. Probably the Rangers, but I don't know. So because we just talked about a former Dodger and Andrew Heaney, let's talk about another former Dodger, Trevor Bauer, and a current Dodger, Mookie Betts. So Mookie Betts, I think, was hired from Fox as an on-air personality for these World Series, and he was asked a question about Trevor Bauer, and he answered honestly, and a lot of people are absolutely cooking him, but then a lot of people are saying respect to Mookie Betts for having his former teammates back and actually telling the truth. So Mookie Betts, he didn't shy away from this. He said that he has a different experience with Trevor Bauer. Bauer. He loves the guy. He hopes that Trevor Bauer gets an opportunity to pitch in 2024. A lot of people are calling out Mookie Betts and saying, I never would have expected this from my superstar, but I just have to ask the question. If something like what happened to Trevor Bauer happened to you, I would hope that people around you have your back, especially when it comes out that it seems like you were set up and they were false allegations. Now let's go ahead and talk about something a little bit more cheerful, and that is Aaron Judge. The fact that he thought he was going to get traded, but it was for good reason. Aaron Judge, he was working out with his wife and he got a call from his PR team and they said they had some news. He thought he was going to get traded, but it was actually good news. He is the winner of the 2023 Roberto Clemente Award. So here's what he had to say.
What was your reaction when you heard that you won, and what were you doing at the time when you got the call?
I was actually at home in California visiting my parents. My wife and I were there, and we were both working out, and I got a phone call from our PR, Jason Zillow, and he kind of said, "Hey, you got a minute? This is very important." And I'm like, "Oh, is there a trade going on? Is something happening? Like, what's going on? Something important?" And then he was like, "Hey, can you sit down?" And I said, "Yeah. What do you got?" And he said, "Oh, well, you won the Roberto Clemente Award."
All right, let's do today's Immaculate Grid. So we have the White Sox and the Cardinals. No one is coming to my head. We have the Pirates and the Cardinals. Again, no one's coming to my head. This is tough for me so far. A first-round draft pick for the Cardinals. Chris Carpenter, I'm almost positive, was a first-round draft pick. Yes, he was. The White Sox and the A's. The White Sox and the A's. Maybe Jake Diekman. Wasn't Jake Diekman on both squads? Jake Diekman, 0.8%. We have the Pirates and the A's. Pirates and the A's. I can't remember if Josh Reddick was on the Pirates. I know he was on the A's. A first-round draft pick for the A's was Zach Geloff. I don't remember if Zach Geloff was a first-rounder. I should just give up now. White Sox and the A's, that is easy. We have Jose Quintana. The Pirates and the Mets. Pirates and the Mets. No one's coming to my head. First round draft pick and plays for the Mets. I'm pretty sure that Francisco Lindor was drafted in the first round. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely a tougher one for me. First round draft pick for the A's. I'm gonna go Mark McGwire. I don't remember if he was a first round. Okay, he was 22%. That's a lot of you guys. I'm gonna go Lance Lynn. That one just came to my head for the Cardinals and the White Sox. The Pirates and was Oscar Mercado on? Hold on, Oscar Mercado. If he wasn't on the Pirates, yeah, I'm done with this one. I'm gonna go ahead and give up again. I think my brain is just putting today what was some popular picks. Andy Van Slyke, would have never guessed that. Dave Parker for the Pirates and the A's. Bobby Bonilla, yeah, just not good. Not good today. I'm sorry. That's gonna do it for today's MLB Recap Halloween edition. I hope that you guys enjoyed and had some fun. If you guys are going out tonight, be safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you there.